Good morning and once again welcome to our class, children. Coming to class 9 biology. In the previous session, what did we learn? We learnt about diffusion, osmosis, and how these two principles are important for our life processes. Today we'll learn about one activity through which we'll be able to understand one of these life processes much easily. Now what you need to take is, in our lab activity, you need to take a beaker filled with water. You need to fill a beaker with water, normal water, and then take one raisin. Raisin means dry grape. Raisin, it will be folded because it is dry, so it will be like this, and keep it in the beaker of water. For how long you have to keep? You need to keep it at least for half an hour. For half an hour you leave it like this. This is raisin. Raisin means what? A dry grape, and normal water and beaker. Now leave this setup for half an hour. What do you notice? You notice that the raisin has bulged. Now the raisin, the folded raisin is like this. After half an hour, this is how you notice. So what is the reason that this wrinkled raisin has now become a bulged raisin? You take it out and you can even check it. Likewise, you might have ever noticed if there is any dry vegetable at home. Dry vegetable, for example, a carrot is wilted and it has lost its moisture and it is becoming wrinkled. Then what your mother does is, to make it look fresh, she'll put it in a tumbler of water, a vessel of water. After half an hour, the carrot looks normal again. That means the water that it has lost during drying, it has regained. So what happened? Here the water entered into the raisin. The water entered into the raisin. Why did the water enter into raisin? That is a question you need to keep in your mind. Next, let us see a second activity where you take in a tumbler. You take a tumbler, fill this with saturated sugar water. Fill this with saturated sugar water. Saturated. That means 100 ml of water. In that you add minimum 2 or 3 spoonfuls of sugar. That means it is saturated. Too much of sugar solution. This is concentrated sugar solution. Saturated water. And then in this you take this raisin, or you take the bulged raisin only you take. Now leave this for overnight. Overnight means minimum how many hours? 10 hours. Let us imagine 10 hours. You leave it like that. Now what you notice after 10 hours is that the bulged raisin, the bulged one, now it looks wrinkled. What happened? What happened to this reversal of situation? Why did it happen like that? Here when we put a raisin in normal water, it bulged. What happened to this? It bulged. And when a bulged raisin is put, it became wrinkled. It lost water. Here it gained water. The water entered inside. Here the water lost. It lost the water from inside and it has become wrinkled. So what happened in these two situations? One thing that you notice clearly is, either the water is entering into the raisin or the water is going out of the raisin. So what makes it happen like that? Now when water is entering into the raisin, we call it as endosmosis. Endosmosis. Remember it like this. Endosmosis, enter. Endosmosis, enter. Next, then this is exosmosis. Water is going outside, means exit. water is going out of the resin, it is exit, exosmosis. Water is coming into the resin, it is entering, that is endosmosis. Here we have learned two terminology in biology, that is endosmosis and exosmosis, and these two are related to water. Both of them are related to water. How are they related to water? In one of these beakers, when the wrinkled resin is rising and becoming bulged, it is because the resin has little amount of water, low concentration of water, while the beaker has more concentration of water. And as per the rule of osmosis, what does the osmosis principle tell? It says that water moves from higher concentration to lower concentration. The molecules of water move from higher concentration to lower concentration. Now what do we understand in this first beaker? In the first beaker, the water concentration is more in the beaker and less in the resin. So the resin, the endosmosis took place. Water entered from the beaker into the resin. Endosmosis resulted in the bulging of the resin. In the next activity, the second activity, in the second stage of matters, what happened is the sugar solution, it has low concentration of water and the resin has more concentration of water. So as per the osmosis rule, the molecules of water have moved from the bulged resin where there is higher concentration to lower concentration, that is the sugar solution, and resulting in wrinkling of the resin. So what does it mean? Endosmosis, exosmosis. This is one thing you need to remember about. And now we will learn about another one also, that is, and how we can experiment and do it at home. This also, children, it's easy for you to do. You try it at home with your parents' permission. Don't do anything without your parents' permission. Right. The next one that we are going to learn is about the same, how the water molecule moves from higher concentration to lower concentration. For this, what do you need? You need a potato. Take a large sized potato and then cut it in such a way that you get a nice cube. You have to get a nice cube out of it. Like this. You cut into a shape of a cube. Like this. And now, cube should be a little bigger. Now what you do is, you collected the cube. Now what you have to do is, in the center of this you cut another space. Like suppose this is the potato, you cut it into a cube. Now inside you have to remove the pith material and make a groove inside. A square or a cube sized groove you have to make like this. And into this, what you have to do is, if you check your textbook, you will understand the picture clearly. Into this, you have to pour sugar solution. You have to pour the sugar solution. Now, into this, wherever you put the sugar solution, now let us see how it is. In your textbook, once you check in your textbook, children, the diagram is easy for you to understand. It is like this, children. You have to cut the potato like this. A big cube. Inside, the pith material again has to be removed. That means cube size pith material has to be removed. Into that, you are pouring into this. You are pouring the sugar solution like this. You pour the sugar solution. Wherever you will pour half of it only. Half of the empty region. There you will put a safety pin, alpin. Okay, to mark it. Suppose this is the depth of the cube. Half of it you pour sugar solution and then mark it with a alpin. You put an alpin like this. That means to the level of water like this. Sugar solution is there, no? Till that level you put the alpin. Now let this complete setup of this potato with the sugar solution be put in a beaker. No, not beaker. A petri dish. And this petri dish you have to fill half of it with full water. normal water, half of it children, so that you have to take such a care that the potato is not floating or the potato is not submerging. It has to be sitting in the water. That means you have to measure the water and you have to see that the potato is large enough and heavy enough so that it is not floating or it is not too small that it is immersing. It has to be sitting in the water without getting disturbed. Now leave it like that for half an hour. Leave it just for half an hour like that, and what do you notice? Above this pin, this is the alpin that we put, no? The sugar solution rises above this. What does it mean? That means in this half an hour time, the water molecules from the petri dish moved into the potato. Through the thick layer of the potato also it has moved. What does it mean? It means that the water here has more concentration while the water in the sugar solution has less concentration. That means the water moved from the petri dish into the potato into the gap where the sugar solution is put. And how many layers? That means almost this much thick layer of potato is there. Through that the water moved. How is it possible? It is possible because the potato is not yet dead, or the potato cells are living cells. They have a lining. Every single cell is having a lining which is permitting the flow of the water inside. Imagine taking a raw potato and doing the experiment, and taking a boiled potato and doing the experiment. When you take a boiled potato and do the experiment, you don't get the same result. You don't get the same result because the boiled potato already has dead cells in it. The cells in the boiled potato are dead. But when it comes to the raw potato, the cells are alive. Even if you remove the peel of the potato, even if you have cut it down and to your required shape, still it is having living cells, because of which the water movement is possible. The movement of water or the osmosis takes place only in living cells. Even when it comes to raisin also, there the raisin is a dried fruit, but it is not a dead fruit. So what do we understand from this? What do we understand from this is that osmosis plays an important role. Osmosis plays an important role. In movement of substances, in movement of water, in movement of water through plasma membrane. Plasma membrane permits the movement of water as per the requirement of the water inside the cell or out of the cell. Suppose the cell requires more water, end osmosis takes place. If the cell does not require water, it has to remove the water, exosmosis takes place. What is playing this important role? The important role is played by the principal osmosis by plasma membrane. So with this we understand that plasma membrane conducts osmosis through its layers over the cell. Now in the next session we will learn about how only selected things are permitted through plasma membrane through an experiment. Thank you.